Welcome to Natural Polytechnic. I am Simba Raut, part of General Science Department. Subject Engineering Mathematics 1. Today our chapter number is 3 and chapter name is Two-Dimensional Coordinate Geometry. Today our topic is division or section formula. First of all, there are two types of division or section formula. One is internal division formula, another is external division formula. Or you can say that internal section formula, another is external section formula. Let's see, what do you mean internal section formula or division formula? Let's see, A, B, 2 points are given. A point is x1, y1, B point is x2, y2. Then P is any point in between AB which divided AB line into ratio m is to n. That means the coordinate of P xy let it be. This is a random point. We don't know what is the coordinate of P point xy. So this is a xy variable which divides the line segment AB line segment internally in the ratio AP is to BP equals to m is to n. AP is to BP equals to m is to n. Then P coordinate, what is the P coordinate? Internal coordinate this is. So the formula we call as internal division formula or internal section formula. So what should be the x coordinate? X coordinate is mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. What is y coordinate? Y coordinate is my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. So let's see. For example, find the coordinate of the point which divide internally the line joining 1 minus 3 and minus 3 9 in the ratio 1 is to 3. That means here let's see the figure. A point is a minus 3, B point is minus 3 9, P point any random point which is internally divide the AB line segment and which the ratio is given AP by PB or BP equals to 1 is to 3. That means m equals to 1, n equals to 3. So let's see, let B is the point whose coordinate is xy, be a point which divide internally A and B point line segment in 1 is to 3. Means m equals to 1, n equals to 3. x1 is 1, y1 is minus 3, x2 is minus 3, y2 is 9. Let's see. By internal section formula or internal division formula, what is the formula? X coordinate must be mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n and y coordinate must be my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. This is the internal section formula or internal coordinate division formula formulas. So x you just put down instead of m1, instead of n3, instead of x2 minus 3, instead of x1 1, m you know that 1, n is 3. So what we get now? X coordinate is 0. Then in this way we just put down instead of m1, instead of n3, instead of y2 9, instead of y1 minus 3. These are given. M plus n you know that 1 plus 3 means 4. So what we get now? We just find out that the answer is 0 because 9 plus minus 9 by 4 means 0 by 4, 0 by something always 0. And we get that the by internal division formula, the P point must be 0, 0. Means x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 0. Let's see. Notes. If m is to n equals to AP by BP equals to 1 is to 1. That means what? That must be the P must be the midpoint. So if midpoint P is the midpoint in between AB line, then what should be the x coordinate and y coordinate of the P point? The midpoint formula. This is called as midpoint formula. So x coordinate must be x1 plus x2 by 2 and y coordinate must be y1 plus 2 y1 plus y2 by 2. So this is the midpoint formula. Then we go to if the ratio in which P is the point xy divides AB in case to 1 form. Case to 1 ratio. That means m is here k, n is here 1. Then the coordinates of the P will be kx1 plus x2 by k plus 1 means m plus n, ky1 plus y2 by k plus 1 means m plus 1. So if the ratio is k:1, then this should be the formula of the internal section formula. Then we go to another example. The midpoint of a line segment is -4, -2. That means midpoint P point is given. If one end point is -6,4, that means A, B 2 points, 1 point is given. Let it be this is A point is given. What are the coordinate of the second end point? That means A point is, let it be A point is, one end point is given, means let it be A point is given, -6,4 and midpoint is given. But another side B point we should be find out. The second end point we should be find out the coordinate, let it be xy. So we know that midpoint formula x1 plus x2 by 2, x coordinate this is y1 plus y2 by 2 equals to y coordinate. So let end points of A is -6,4, B point is xy and given midpoint is -4, -2. So what is the midpoint formula? x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2 must be -4, -2 because P is the midpoint. So x coordinate is what? x1 plus x2 by 2 equals to -4, y1 plus y2 by 2 must be -1. So what we get now? We just put down instead of x1 -6, instead of x2. We don't know what is x2, y2. So xy this is. So instead of x2 is x by 2. And here instead of y1 is 4, instead of y2 is y by 2. So what we get now? -6 plus x by 2 equals to -4 and 4 plus y by 2 equals to -2. So this 2 is multiplied with -4, what we get? -8 and -6 added with -8, then what we get? -2. Here 2 multiplied with -2, this is -4 and here 4 is, this is a positive symbol, then get into negative -4, what we get? -8. So x is -2, y is -8. So second end point B xy must be -2, -8. So we get the B point of the second end point of the line segment. This is -2, -8. X coordinate is -2 and y coordinate is -8. Then another example. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining -2, -3 and 4, 5 is divided by the x-axis. That means here line segment 2 endpoints are given and which is divided by x-axis. X-axis means what? Y coordinate must be 0. X coordinate may be any real number, y coordinate must be 0. We know that any point on the x-axis coordinate must be x coordinate minus comma y coordinate is 0. That means x is anything in real number but y coordinate must be 0 on x-axis. So our question is find the ratio. If the question is find the ratio, then we should write down let the FP by BP means m is to n equals to k plus 1. If the question mark is find the ratio, then m is to n must be k plus 1. Let the m is to n equals to k plus 1 be the ratio which is divided by which point? P point x0, because this point P point is divided by x-axis. So this point must be on the x-axis, P point must be on the x-axis. That means what? Any point on the x-axis, y coordinate must be 0. X coordinate may be anything but y coordinate must be 0. So P point coordinate must be x0. We don't know what is the value of x, but y coordinate must be 0. So line segment joining A -2, -3 and B 4, 5. AB line P point divide by x-axis. So P coordinate must be x0. Let the ratio is k:1 because question mark is here ratio. So let it be m is to n equals to k:1. So let's see. By internal division formula, what should be? Y coordinate is 0. So we take only y coordinate. X coordinate we don't know what is the x coordinate. So y coordinate we know that y coordinate is 0. P coordinate, P, y coordinate, P point y coordinate is 0. So we take the internal division formula y coordinate. M y2 plus n y1 by m plus n y coordinate. We know that y coordinate p point y coordinate is 0, and instead of m5, instead of y2k, instead of n1, instead of y13, we know that m plus n means k plus 1. Here k plus 1 divide here, another side should be multiply with 0. Then what we get now? 5k minus 3 equals to 0, k equals to 3 by 5. That means ratio k is to 1. We have already let it be m is to n equals to k is to 1. So our ratio now k is to 1. So k is to 1 means k is what? 3 by 5 is to 1. That means 3 is to 5. So here we get that m equals to 3 and n equals to 5. So next video we talk about external division formula. Have a good day. Thank you.